What should you guys expect from Minecraft 1.19? With the release of the 1.19 Wild update for Minecraft in only about 2 weeks, what should you expect when it actually comes out? What is going to be in it, and what is there to play around with? Well, that is what we are going to be answering in this video because there is a lot of stuff coming in this massive update, and it is all going to be really fun. The biggest and probably most anticipated feature in 1.19 is going to be the 1.19 Minecraft Ancient Cities, which also come with the Warden mob. This is what they look like, and there will be a lot of things to find, and some custom loot items that can be found in the chests, including fragments of a new music disc, a new enchantment, and a new item called the Echo Shard. The new music disc looks like this, and plays a really cool song about the story of a player meeting the Minecraft Warden. The new enchantment can be applied to leggings, and when equipped, it makes you walk faster while shifting. You can use the Echo Shards to create a recovery compass, which will point you towards the last spot you died at. The Ancient City also comes with a secret room underneath the large statue in the middle, which can be accessed in a variety of different ways, but underneath there is a lot of redstone related things and almost a whole tutorial on how redstone works. The Ancient Cities are also very lore filled with lots of hints towards maybe pillager and habitation, but the most exciting part of them is the Warden, which can be summoned when you activate a Skulk Shrieker, which happens when a Skulk Sensor hears your footsteps and activates a Skulk Shrieker. This is what a Skulk Shrieker looks like, and when a Skulk Sensor hears me, it alerts this, which sends out a creepy screaming noise and summons the Warden. The Warden is a new hostile mob, which, let's just say, he does a lot of damage and he has a lot of hit points. The Warden is a blind mob, so he cannot see you, but if you make any noise in his presence, he will be alerted to your presence and one-shot you in basically any armor type. Without night vision, this makes the Ancient City look even more creepy, and this large statue in the middle might end up being a portal in a future update because these blocks, called Reinforced Deep Slate, cannot be found anywhere else in the game. There's also a new effect called the Darkness Effect, which causes all light to pulse. It is given to you by both the Skulk Shrieker and the Warden mob, and makes everything feel way more creepy. With night vision, it's a bit lessified, but you can barely see anything without night vision. Any interaction with the Warden or the Skulk Shrieker can be nullified by sneaking. But the Warden has a sniffing ability, so if you're close to him, he will still be able to find you anyways. The Warden also has a ranged attack, so even if you're out of his reach, he will be able to get you. After trying to melee you for a few seconds, he will then open up his chest and rip a sonic boom at you. This attack passes through even armor and shields, so there's no way to block it. This, by the way, is what the world looks like with the Darkness Effect without night vision. As you can see, basically everything is invisible. You've already seen some types of the Skulk, but there are actually 5 different ways that Skulk can show itself. We've already seen Skulk Sensors sort of, and Skulk Shriekers summoning the Warden, but did you know that only Skulk Shriekers that have been placed by natural generation can summon the Warden? This one, which was placed by me in creative mode, cannot summon the Warden. The Skulk Shrieker hears any sort of vibration, so if I move around, it'll hear me. If I use any item inside of my hand, if I equip armor, anything like that, the Skulk Sensor will hear me. The Skulk Sensor will then alert any Skulk Shriekers in the area or also give off a redstone signal. If you put a comparator next to a Skulk Sensor coming out of it, then it'll give you a different signal depending on which type of vibration it heard. The Skulk Catalyst will spread the normal Skulk Block, the Skulk Vein, the Skulk Catalyst, and the Skulk Sensor around in the area when a mob dies near it. So, if I was, for example, to kill a mob on top of this Skulk Catalyst, you would see it just got a Skulk just spread right there, and we got a new advancement called It Spreads, but we're not covering the advancements in this video. So if I kill another one, you can see there will be a little particle effect that comes out of that, and Skulk will spread. This Skulk can spread for literally miles around where you are in the world, but that's not important. All we need to know is that this spreads the Skulk. You can see this keeps activating and it's not spawning Warden. That's because it is not spawned in by natural generation, as I said before. All of these blocks drop XP when broken, unless broken with Silk Touch, and in which case you can get them. And the Skulk Vein is just kind of a growth off of the Skulk Block that you can get when doing the Skulk Catalyst. The Skulk Catalyst is dropped by the Warden mob, and is also acquirable in chests, but that is the only way to find it besides natural generation in the world. And that is all there is about the Skulk. The second biggest feature in this update is this, the Mangrove Swamp biome, which is a complete swamp revamp. Although the original swamp biome does still exist, and you can still find it, this is kind of the new and improved version, and it comes with mud blocks, roots, and a new wood type. The trees also have their own form of saplings, which are called propagules, and frogs have been added into this biome and the original swamp biome also. These are what all the variants of the new mangrove wood type looks like. As you can see, there's also a chest boat of mangrove wood, and there are now chest boats for all types of wood. This is what they all look like in their different variants from the back and also from the front. They are all very cool, and the way they work is you can sit in them, and if you open your inventory, you can see their inventory. You can also access your inventory by shift-clicking them from the outside, but if you normal right-click, then you enter the boat. These are also interactive with hoppers, and the entire hitbox works. So this means a hopper anywhere underneath one of these hitboxes will pick up the items, and a hopper pointing into this hitbox will deposit items in the chest boat inventory. Mud also has several variants, starting with this one, which you can find in the wild mangrove swamp biome, or you can get it by applying a water bottle onto a dirt block. Once you acquire your mud block, you can use it with wheat in the crafting table to create this block. This is called packed mud, and this is what it looks like. Packed mud can be used in a 2x2 square in your crafting table to make mud bricks, which can be turned into these variants in a stone cutter or in the normal way in a crafting table as you would with other brick variants. Mangrove roots also have a separate variant, which is the muddy mangrove roots, which can be found in the wild or can be crafted by putting together a mud and a mangrove root in the crafting table. Frogs, on the other hand, can be bred with slime balls, and when bred, they will then mate, and then one of them will go and lay some frog spawn. These frog spawn will take after about 5 minutes and hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles look like this. They are quite small and quite cute, and they can be gathered in a bucket to get a bucket of tadpole. Bucket of tadpole can be deposited in any sort of biome you want, and now you have tadpoles in whatever biome. Depending on the biome, the frog will hatch into a different variant of frog. So there are the white variant, an orange variant, and a cold variant, which is green. Frogs will also eat small slime variants and drop slime balls. So this is a potential way of setting up a slime farm. But more importantly, they will also eat baby magma cubes because they look basically the same. And when they eat the baby magma cubes, it won't actually drop magma cream. It will drop a new block called Froglight. There are many different colors of Froglight, in fact 3, based on the color of the frog that drops it. But there is the Verdant Froglight, the Ochre Froglight, and the Pearlescent Froglight. These are what they look like, and they are very cool light source blocks that let out a light level of 15. Those are the 2 main features that are in this update, but there are also a few minor ones, the biggest of which is that leaves can now be waterlogged, and the water will not flow out of them. The same is also true for roots. If you waterlog a root, you see the water does not flow out, but this now works for leaves, which not vines. That's why the water isn't going in right now. But it works for leaves, and this will also help to maybe fertilize soil that you need to around your base. And you can see it is not completely full on this side, but it is completely full when there is water above. It's a very cool feature, I believe, and one that I think has been underlooked at in the community. We've also been giving a new command, which is the place command, and this can be used to place anything from a feature to a structure. So if you say wanted to place a structure and wanted to place an end city right here, then lo and behold, an end city spawns in behind us. I'm sorry for that little lag spike. It can be a bit computer intensive to spawn in an entire ancient city at once, but you can see we have spawned one in here. You can also use this command to spawn in villages of not the same biome type. So if we say typed in village, we could type in a savanna village and put it in this desert biome, and there you go. We now have a savanna village in a desert biome. Even though there is not a savanna anywhere near here, we still have gotten this, and I think this is a really cool feature, really fun to play around with, and fun for map makers. But there is another few things in this place command. You can also place features, which is what people use when creating parts of a world. So you can place, say, not a blue ice apparently because we are in a desert biome, but these are used to place things like dead bushes and trees and other related items. So not structures, but things like cactus, things that just kind of spawn in naturally across the world. This has replaced the place feature command, which you can see does not exist anymore. But I think that's fine because now we can also place jigsaws and templates, which are reasonably similar, but are generally used as part of getting a part of a structure or a part of a feature. So a specific section of one of these things. And that is also really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Changes have also been made to the locate command. So if we go to locate, we can now locate biome has been removed and been put into the locate command, which you can now use to locate a structure, a biome, or a point of interest. The locate structure command works the same as the locate command did before. The locate biome command works the same as the locate biome command before, but locate point of interest, which is what POI stands for, is to find something that interests something in the game. So for instance, we could say acquirable job site, and this will point us to the nearest acquirable job site, aka job site that a villager could acquire. And apparently it is right here, and I believe it is the brewing stand in this, because a villager could potentially acquire said brewing stand. And there we are, the brewing stand is on these coordinates along with a shulker. We could also use this POI to locate the place where villagers like to meet. So if I type in Minecraft meeting, you can see 21 blocks away from me is the place where villagers like to meet. And if we teleport ourselves to right there, they obviously like to meet at the bell, because that is how villagers work. So this is a very cool feature. And again, just kind of getting a behind the scenes look at some of the ways Minecraft works. It's very fun stuff. And that is most of the features besides bug fixes. So this is what you should expect from 1.19. It is coming out very soon. There will be no fireflies, there will be no birch forest update, and there will be no bundles or goat horns. What you're seeing in this video is all there basically is to see in general. And I don't know why my player is lagging back and doesn't want to go backwards. Oh, okay. Well, it seems these commands have a little bit of maybe cursed blockage going on, because there's something preventing me from heading in this direction. But hey, you know, what you gonna do about it? It's a new feature, and I'm sure this is obviously not the finished feature of the game, because it obviously hasn't released yet. So there are a few more pre-releases left to go, but the update will be coming out in probably 2 weeks or so. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.